I'm Emily.
And we're with ET Real Estate Group. This is video 2 on buying a house. What to expect when you start looking for houses and get ready to put in an offer.
So with part 2, we are starting at, we put in an offer, now what?
So what does the seller do? Do they accept it? Yay! Do they reject it? Sad. Or do they counter? What happens with multiples? If they have multiple offers, what do we do then? Well, we're here to tell you that it's not as scary as it sounds. So once we put in the offer, it goes to the seller. We put all the terms and conditions about home inspection and financing and everything that we've discussed previously with you in the last video. The seller gets it, they go over it with their agent, and then come back. If they counter, no big deal. You know what? We'll just give them another price. If it doesn't work, we'll find you another home, but at least,
Not the end of the world.
Nope, it's not the end of the... If it gets rejected, still not the end of the world.
Part of the process.
Yep. But okay, so now it gets accepted. What do you do from there, Emily?
Well, we gather up all your paperwork and we bring it to the lender. So the lender is then going to go through everything, and that's when they're going to order the appraisal, because they need to find out if your house is actually worth what you want them to pay for it.
Yes. Yep. And they'll also have you sign some initial disclosures so that they have that done, and you'll have to write a check for the appraisal. The bank orders that, so you don't have to order the appraisal. A lot of people ask me that. Do I order the appraisal? No. The bank has to order the appraisal per lending laws. So then they order the appraisal.
Yes. Then what we do is we start ordering all the other things that you need, like the home inspection if you want that, different tests like the well and septic if you want a radon test done. Those all need to get ordered so that they can be done in time for our closing.
And there's also deadline dates for that, so you got to make sure we get those out. And sometimes people get busy, plus especially plumbers, if you're doing well and septic, it takes them forever to get out there. So you want to make sure we call them right away. And then behind the scenes, what you don't really see, Emily and I would be, ordering title work or making sure that the title work got ordered, depending on which lender or which title company you want to use. We're talking to you about getting your insurance. You will not close unless you have insurance on the house. So you want to start shopping around for insurance for sure.
And what you have right now might not be the best for the new property. So always shop around a little bit.
Yeah, because it doesn't hurt and it doesn't cost you anything to make a couple phone calls and get a couple quotes. And if you don't know, if you're from out of the area and you need some recommendations, we can also help with that. And then we're going to talk to you about setting up a time for closing.
Exciting.
Yeah, so we're going to figure out a date and a time that works. It's always tentative because, of course, lending can change. The appraisal might not get in time. We might have to negotiate some stuff. So we definitely want to set that and just get it on the books so that everybody's kind of like, okay, this is the day I have to take off work. This works for me. This doesn't.
So once we have that set up, then comes time for the inspections to start coming back. So once we know what the inspections say, that's when we decide if we want to negotiate based on what the inspections come back with, or if you want to just run for the hills and say, no, maybe not, that wasn't good. Based on what our contract or our offers show, it'll also give the option if they can fix things that came up in the inspection. So lots of different negotiations at that point. Or maybe everything came back groovy, and so we can just move forward.
I like that. Well, and you have to realize a home inspector's job is to tell you every little itty-bitty tiny thing that's wrong with the house. That's what you're paying them to do, so that you know and have no hidden things to think about. So when it comes back, we really need to look at adverse material
facts. Yes.
Because those are what we can really ask for in an offer for the seller to fix. Most of the stuff you can see, damaged walls, paint, broken windows, that stuff you can kind of see when you're walking through the house, and you've already seen it when you made the offer, so you should really take that into consideration too.
Also, based on the type of lender that you are using and the type of loans, they have different things that they think are more important than other things. So things that you might have looked at and said, oh, that's not a big deal, it's just a little peeling paint, or there's a broken cracked glass in the garage or something, they'll come back and say, no, definitely not. That needs to be fixed. So these are the times that we fix them or we don't.
Yeah, or we walk away.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll walk you through when we're in the house. Most of the time, I can pick out what needs, what's going to qualify for your loan. So it's good that you've already talked to your lender and gone through what type of loan you're getting, so that when we're walking through, we know what to look for, because different loans require different things, and it's I hate to have the seller be like, nope, I'm not fixing anything.
Right.
So then you can't get the house. So by now, you should have had the appraisal back from the bank, which most of the time, they'll send you guys the appraisal, and then they'll just call us and say, yep, it came back, nope, it didn't, and then we move forward from there. It's been kind of nice. We haven't had a lot of appraisals come back bad with the way the market is, but, in slower times, which we're starting to come into, it can happen where the house doesn't appraise and you have to go back to negotiation. So it's always good to have us so you're not getting ripped off for getting the house.
Because this is a very big purchase.
Yes.
So all the help that you can get is a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So then we're waiting for the clear to close.
Yep.
That's the magic words.
Yep, clear to close. And
magic
then
words.
We will call you, because that's the funnest part. I love calling everybody and going, hey, we've got a clear to close. We can close on our closing date, or maybe we need to push it out a field date. The lender will give you final disclosures 3 days before closing, and we'll go from there.
Yes. So after that is time for the final walkthrough. So the final walkthrough, some people think it's not important. I've already seen the house. It's fine. Not a big deal. Always do the final walkthrough.
Yes, because you can have things like a central vac system missing.
Yes, or windows. My friend had her windows taken out. Not that they were big holes in the wall, but they were beautiful, like stained glass windows when she walked through it. And then when she did the final walkthrough, the people had taken out the stained glass and just put in boring glass windows. And that was kind of, that was an issue.
Yeah, just a tad.
This is the time then that you can address that, because after you've gotten your keys and signed over, it's a lot harder to do.
Yeah, it's a lot harder, and it's not any fun when you're like, you have to call us and be like, hey, this happened as we got in the house.
Gone.
Yeah, the refrigerator's gone. Yeah, that's not the same refrigerator that was there when we looked at it. And it was not disclosed, because sellers do sometimes disclose. We're taking this refrigerator, leaving this refrigerator.
Right.
But at least you knew. So,
yes.
And the last thing is, yay! We get to go to closing. We go to see the title company. You get to sign a million paperwork.
There's a lot.
But it's all worth it, because guess what? You just got into your brand new home.
And they usually let you keep the pen, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, we like the pens.
Those are so good pens.
Yeah. I have like 50 in my car. It's good.
Keep the pen. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
But you get your keys, and off you go.
And just remember, though, we are not stopping at the closing. If you need something, give us a call.
Yeah. There might be things that come up, like maybe the appliance went on the fritz afterwards, and there might be a warranty that they didn't know about. So we can go and call back and find out.
Yeah. Or, just little things. You decided to remodel your bathroom 3 years down the road or a year down the road, and you're like, hey, I don't know who to use. Call us.
We know.
We love hearing from you. Don't think that once we're done dealing with the real estate transaction that we don't want to hear from you anymore.
Or maybe you find the perfect house and then end up having triplets, and the perfect house isn't big enough anymore.
Yeah.
We can help with that.
Yeah. Job transfers, everything.
It's all good.
So don't forget to call us. Like I said, we love to hear from you. We hope you enjoyed this video.
Yes. And we'll have more education and fun videos coming up. So like and subscribe our page.
And see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.